in an online process. We all get it distributed to us. At that point, we then make our recommendation, and then they two votes that are in needed directions, then that applications worked on. And it's either approved requesting more information or it is denied. So what we're discussing right now is to review the online applications. Forgot the number that we did. 118 applications were processed by the committee in the last month. Does anybody have any additions, subtractions, or comments? If not, I need a motion to approve the online process.
You have a motion to approve the online process.
Thank you.
Applications.
Okay, I'll second it. So second, any discussion? No discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. 118 applications are confirmed. Okay. Now, at this time, with new business applications for review at this scheduled meetings and hearing.
Thank you.
Number one, it is on the agenda, it is 1009 Wiregrass Street. It's for a hot tub. Whoever, if you're here, come on up. We've all had our shots, but we give you the opportunities to. Oh.
Yeah, I'm on the phone right now on Teams.
You're on the phone, okay. Can you tell us what you want? What's the intent of your project and with the hot tub? So we looked at it, go ahead and tell us.
Yeah, it's a standalone hot tub on my patio. There's an enclosure. There used to be a hot tub there before I bought the place. So the area is kind of meant for it right there.
So it's just a matter of delivering and plugging it in. Huh?
Essentially, yep.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward.
Yep, okay, so let's fight. All right, anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
A second.
We have a second. Is there any further discussion? None? All right then. All those in favor for approving the application for a hot tub to be placed in the same place it was before? Say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. The approval is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being online. Okay. Number two, 1326 Artisan Avenue West. We have two actual areas of discussion. A is pergola and B is deck. So we'll start with pergola.
Is it more on fly?
Good question. Is the homeowner online?
Yes, the homeowner is on the line, but hopefully our landscape architect is on the line too.
Okay. Right?
Albert?
This structure
Yes, go ahead.
is on the property line. And as far as I know, it's a permanent structure that needs to get a permit to be built. And because it's so close to the property line, it should meet the county codes. And I don't have a problem. I don't think we should have a problem with its proximity to the property line. It's just usually when you're that close to the property line, you have to meet fire code. So it needs to be made of non-combustible materials. The wood structure.
Was this an aluminum?
I don't know.
Albert's on the line. Albert?
Albert,
Well, Albert was not going to comment on pergola.
Thought
Maybe he's not on the line.
That sounds similar. This is,
I'm
It is
I'm having
aluminum.
trouble. This is the homeowner, Moya. Are we asking if it's aluminum?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe it is.
It is, it says it on the note.
if it's,
Yeah, on the second. On the second page, on the top left, it says notes, pergola framed in bronze aluminum.
and the only comment I had from an architectural standpoint, in addition to what was already said, was that that in fact that it is bronze. And it struck me as odd because the trim, all the trim on the house is white, and I think it would work better with the house if the pergola was white as opposed to bronze.
Usually they are, usually they're painted the same color as the trim, or they're a wood-like structure, distinctly different.
Yeah, natural wood.
It's
Yeah,
permanent
most of the
footings.
enclosure in the area, so like people that have the enclosures over their pools, and I know a lot of the corner units have those are all the bronze type.
Yes, ma'am. But are you referring to the fact that those enclosures are screened enclosures?
Gotcha, yes.
Okay, and that is a little different from your request for a pergola, because the screen enclosures, yes, there is a design guideline for those. And it stipulates that those have the bronze colored aluminum structure as the coloring as for that item.
Yeah, those are intentionally different because they can't meet the architectural standards of the house.
Right.
It's completely different. We allow that to happen as like a stealth bomber, kind of like just hide it as much as possible. Whether it's bronze is the color, not the material. Because it's an aluminum structure. So theoretically, you could paint it. If you can paint it bronze, you can paint it white as well.
Right, yeah, this one happens to say bronze aluminum.
Yeah, so it's an aluminum structure with the bronze color
Yeah.
painted on.
Yeah, as opposed to, yeah, so anyhow, that would be my recommendation. It wasn't,
It's a good point. Most of our pergola structures that are mimicking the posts and beams and the architectural conditions of the house are the same color as the trim of the house.
right.
I think you can stipulate that.
Hi, Albert.
Right on time, Albert. Yeah. And your comments online.
Oh, great.
We're talking about the pergola
Yes.
and the fact that it's bronze colored, not white.
Okay.
And the fact that it's on the property line, which theoretically is supposed to meet fire code. which
Okay.
it's aluminum. and it's not
Right.
supposed to.
Right. That is correct.
So we're just saying that we think that it should be white as opposed to
Really?
bronze, because bronze is usually dedicated to the screen enclosures,
Okay.
which are treated like stealth bombers, you know, they
Sure,
can't meet the
sure.
architectural standards of the.
Yeah,
Of the
yeah.
house with post and beam and trim and details.
The bronze works better with with a screen.
Yeah,
It
it kind of goes
disappears.
away. It disappears, it doesn't look dirty over time.
exactly.
So that was the comment about the color.
Okay.
So I realized it's made in bronze. It's called out as aluminum,
Right.
but painted bronze color.
Yeah, it would have a powder coated finish, but it could be any color. If we wanted to go white and the client was okay with that, we could do that.
Okay, the question that I have, ma'am, for you is, you are requesting, or what you originally requested was for that to be a bronzed item. Bronze in color, but still aluminum and all those things. Do you have any issues with the fact that the pergola be constructed out of aluminum, but then be in the white color, or be it the color of the trim of your house?
I think it's fine. It's just, I guess I'd be more concerned about it looking dirty.
Yeah, the white does show the dirt. No.
Yes.
But no more than
You
the
can-
trim of your house.
For the fence, and you can pressure wash it since it's.
What color is the trim of your house? Is it white?
And it shows in the
White.
picture.
Yeah, I lost it.
It's white, and we've got a fenced-in little fenced-in area, and that fence in, like you said, though, that's a different code, I guess. And that's bronze. And as a matter of fact, when we came for approval for that, you guys wanted it to be white, and then I had to submit that my neighbors all have bronze, and then it got approved based on that. So I do have a screen-in area now that is bronze, and that was what we were going for, to kind of just have it flow to be bronze. But if it has to be white, my husband is going, he doesn't care.
So the back patio is currently screened in,
Okay,
and it is all bronze. And that was part of the idea, was an extension of that screened area.
other than the issue with setback from the property line, meeting code, put that aside. But as for the pergola construction, it's aluminum. And now the discussion is that of it to be white or bronze. I understand what the precedent has been, just opening it up to discussion.
I would say that we've never approved a bronze color pergola.
And I would say, looking at the pictures of the backyard, there to the screened-in porch area, it's framed with white.
The aluminum screening?
Yeah, if you look at
Trim
the,
around the.
Oh, the trim.
picture that shows
Yes.
the grill in the foreground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the trim of the house is white. Yeah. The only, from a design perspective, the idea also was to create a different aesthetic in the backyard. Considering it's a private zone, I think the idea was to create more of a less formal feel, more of a relaxed, almost like a Key West kind of a feel. So the white tends to feel a little more formal in a pergola structure.
Anybody have anything else?
That was one issue.
So, recommendation that we're receiving is that the color be, as what we've had in the past, that would be white in color. So that it matches the trim of the structure of the house. Is there any other discussion or issue? I'll make the motion that, the pergola to be approved, but with the condition that it be white, not bronze, so that it continues to, meet the precedent of what we've been doing with, pergolas. Okay?
I'll second the motion.
Good second the motion. All right. Any further discussion? All right. All those in favor of the motion that the concept of building the pergola with aluminum, but the color, the condition be it the color be white to match the trim of the house. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. That's pergola. Okay, moving on to the deck.
Well, what's the material that goes on?
It's a Trex surface. The structural part would be pressure treated pine. pretty straightforward. It's only 12 to 18 inches. Can't remember. I think this cross section has 3 risers.
Yeah, it's 18.
And it should match or be flush with the level of the existing screened in porch. Back door.
I don't have any issues with it. I'm not worried. I'm not supposed to be worried about codes.
Okay, anyone have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the deck.
Okay,
A second?
motion to approve, and we have a second. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor for approving the deck as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The deck is approved. Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
No, thank you, guys.
Okay.
I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you, guys.
you.
Didn't even get to say more.
Thank you, Alfred. All right, next on the agenda is 567 Campus Street. There are 2 items. A is pool, B is turf. I guess turf being artificial turf?
Correct.
Okay. Is anyone here? Or
Yes,
they
I am
online?
here. My name is Dante.
Oh. How you
I'm on
doing?
I'm on the virtual screen.
Okay, yeah. It's the voice from the wall. That's okay.
This is a great design. I think it's neat. You can walk down both sides of the thing and, the pool is away from an edge, moves away from the neighbors. So there's, if it ever overflows, there's plenty of room for water to flow in and out. It seems to meet the impervious surface area. It's got a nice big front yard.
And unlike my yard, the artificial turf, they don't have to trim every edge. Every.
And traditionally, we've approved artificial turf in the private zone
Yes.
only, so I think that's all the only location for it.
Yeah.
I'm recommending we approve both.
Any questions?
I agree, I thought it was a nice design.
I'll make the motion to approve as presented.
Second.
And we have a second. Okay, any further discussion?
That was for both, right?
Nope. Well, we'll get to the turf and do it
Okay.
procedurally in just a second. For the pool, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the application for the pool is approved. Now moving to turf, since there was no question or comment on that, all those in favor of the motion being, I make the motion to approve turf as being presented.
Second.
And then a second. All those in favor for approving the turf, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. A and B are approved. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you guys very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Okay, number 4 is 1115 Celebration Avenue is a driveway extension. Anyone here?
She's online.
She's online.
Hi guys, this is Beth. I'm here.
Hi.
We're almost done. We're almost done with all the renovations.
Get there. Yeah. Okay. Can you tell us in 30 seconds or less as to exactly what it is that you're asking for us to approve?
Yeah, I have a real goal of being able to park 2 cars behind my house.
Okay.
It's that simple. Right now we can't. So we're asking to extend the width of the driveway as shown on the drawing. This will make it'll make our driveway 12 feet wider. And it just makes it possible to easily park and keep our garbage in the back, and we can be good neighbors.
When I was reviewing this, I maybe got confused. This one along with the one right after it, it has pavers. So the extension, were you going to just do it in concrete?
Yeah. I'm below my ratio. I don't want to deal with the maintenance of the pavers later.
Okay. I just recommend that you extend it all the way to the alley edge.
Yeah.
Right now, the drawing looks as though it stops at your lot line, but I think your
Oh.
intent is to extend it all the way to the alley edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fine. I was gonna ask that question.
If you need me to,
You don't have to change
You
it.
don't need to
Okay.
change anything. You,
Stop right there.
we got your scope, we got the scope and intent. That's fine. We just want to make sure you go all the way to the alley.
yeah. You know, it's
Okay.
funny, I can't even
You
park
work
2
so-
cars in my garage because of the way that they placed the heater. Yeah, so we have, since day one, we have been the house that consistently has 2 or 3 cars parked up front. And we're just trying to be like our neighbors and park in the back.
They have any,
No, I think the other side will help with the garbage cans too.
Yeah.
Good. Recommend my foot.
I'll make a motion to approve the driveway extension 1115 Celebration Avenue.
okay,
And I second that.
we have a second. Is there any further discussion? There's none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. The application for driveway extension is approved.
All right, thank you, everyone. We won't be submitting for a long time. Thanks so
Okay.
much.
Don't know what we're gonna do.
Thanks, Bob. Okay, number 5 is 1031 Old Blush Road is, check again, 2 items. 2 items. It's pavers, A, second one, B, is gates. Okay, anyone here present for this, or are they online? Curtis.
Angelica and I met with this homeowner. This was after they came before us before. And they just didn't have quite the right documentation last time, mostly. The intent was there to have the double gate to allow large entrance into it,
Right.
but then the pavers weren't shown very well, so it shows pretty well what their intent is. And the only thing I think we should stipulate is that the drainage be maintained, and I think they intend to do that
Yeah,
with
they-
this little device that they're showing. It's
Yeah.
kind of technically shown, but I think we just state that
They're aware that they need to maintain the drainage.
maintain the drainage so they won't pond in the backyard.
The only thing that caught my eye and that I was questioning is that in the paver project, the AI rendering, it shows the pavers and the gate. And I also noticed that there's a little, I guess that's the transformer.
The data connection.
Data connection. And so the pavers are completely surround that. Is that allowed?
So what's weird about that picture is that it looks like the pavers are going across their lot line into the neighbor's
Yeah.
lot line, which is not what the other drawing shows. And if you were to draw the line directly back from the edge of their gate, which is their lot line, it would bisect that device. So they have to be a little careful about paving right up to it and hitting it, hitting their driveway. It's a very good point.
Is there a way or is there a utility for me mentioning the fact that maybe require that there is a foliar protecting that particular data box is in the easement and it belongs to a utility?
Right. Okay, we can also say that the pavers need
Always do wonders in situations like that. Because
to.
eventually you're gonna hit it.
Pavers could stay away from it by a foot or two. Say, don't let the pavers go right up to it.
I understand.
That might keep, that's one way to do it. Anybody could hit that thing when it go in from many directions.
I understand.
And, or you require some kind of bollard to protect it, but for a big
I mean-
boulder,
If we were, and here's my, the reason why I say bollards, or something is gonna protect us, belongs to Smart City. Okay, it's in there, it's in the actual utility easement. If the homeowner doesn't protect it and then run over. I'm not saying it's gonna come back on us, but did we do due diligence is my question.
I can't tell from the photograph.
Yeah.
If it's right on the line or if it's slightly to one side or the other. There's no survey
Yeah.
that shows it either, so
Mhm.
I think we just warn them. If that's fair enough.
But that's why I was curious, because the artist rendering shows basically pavers all the way around it. It's like this.
Yeah.
Utility is in the middle of the driveway.
Okay.
It looks like it, but I really don't think it is.
Who would like to draft the
The note,
concerns or the condition as to say that, you know, reflecting that it is a utility and it is in the easement and it needs to be protected.
what I would say is that all of the utilities are in all the easements that run parallel with the alley.
Well, yeah, yes.
So, and a lot of driveways come up close to those things. What I would say is that the paver should be such a way that it's not running in, you're not able to run into it. You'd have to be off the pavers to run into it.
Yeah.
So I would say it's approved in the condition that the pavers don't, stay a foot away from that thing. Something that would protect it.
Just need someone to make a motion that becomes a stipulation slash
Does that make
condition,
sense?
and then we can make that happen. I just don't, I'm not worried about us.
Well, the homeowner, just protecting her, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Smart city.
Okay, so,
Or you could say, or a bollard or rock. But I think you want to keep the pavers away from
you
that
put rocks, remember that?
big old rock, you
You can't
know?
put a big old rock.
If you put a bollard, you put a rock?
And that's what it says.
Jesus.
Not without a landscape plan, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
I'll make the motion to approve the pavers. The residents have to maintain them and they'll have to maintain a space away from the smart city utility.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a second. Any other further discussion from the committee? No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. Motion carries. It's approved with the stipulation that is as stated. Okay, now we move to B, which is gates. 10-foot gate, I didn't have an issue with because we understood it was. And there's the 4-foot gate.
The only thing I noticed, that it looks as though they're putting the gate on the neighbor's post,
Yeah,
but I don't think
I don't.
we should say the gate has to have its own post.
The neighbor is the owner of
Of this one?
1031. 1033 is the owner of. 10
Today, they're the,
Well, they have approval from the owner to submit the application, but would you need some type of consent that the gate can be attached to the post?
if the post is on the neighbor's side, like it belongs to the neighbor,
Yeah,
the gate shouldn't be on that post. Even if they own it,
okay,
because someday they may not.
Right.
And it's gonna come up as a flag in their
yeah,
Survey,
survey.
unless we force them or part of the discussion is that it gets carried over and part of.
And do you know for a fact that they want to put it on the post of the neighboring lot? Or is it just,
based off of this photo here, that's what it looks like.
yeah,
I can talk to them
I
and
think
see
that,
if that's what the understanding is.
let's make sure.
Yeah.
Because I think that's unintentional, so like the favors
Yeah,
were unintentionally going across the property line.
right.
What's the word words?
It just has the diagram. I don't think it shows, 4 posts.
No,
No, it just shows the gate swings.
yeah. So make sure that
Has its own post.
Yeah, that's a stipulation that we have.
okay.
Okay, anybody want to make a motion? Or do we have any, oh, I'm sorry, I jumped right over the other gate. Anybody have any questions about the other gate, 4 foot? It's actually 5 foot,
So
it's 5 feet, I understand that.
what was it? This is again, I can't remember from last time. So normally our gates are 4 feet, right? And they-
Normally they are.
want 5 foot?
I think I think looking at this now, a picture may be one thing, but in my opinion, it needs architectural merit.
I would agree, it keeps the flow consistent.
It's so far back too from the street that you can't see it.
This particular one, I don't have an issue with that.
No issue. Okay, so it's approved in architectural merit for the pedestrian or whatever gate, though it is 5 feet. Okay. Make my motion that, both gates are approved with stipulation of that the post on the left side is required, for the double gate. And the fact that the pedestrian gate is 5 foot and that is approved per architectural merit. Anybody have any other? I need a second for that.
Sorry.
Okay, we have a second. Any further discussion? There is none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. Okay, number 6. 514 Gulf Park Drive.
Yeah,
2
and this,
items.
yep, this is Mike McGee. I'm on. Can
Okay,
y'all-
thank you, sir. First one is windows.
Yeah, if I could, if you wouldn't mind. So what I'm seeking approval for is in my whole house renovation to talk the exterior, all the exterior doors and windows. And it's probably easier for me to talk it through the elevations as we go around because it'll make a lot of sense. Because what I'm in essence wanting to do is replace all my exterior doors and windows with new Pella doors and windows, black frames and dividers. Add a window on the left elevation that I'll show you, and also block off some windows on both the left and right elevations. But I think it's easy if we just work through the elevations.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Any questions? So I'll go ahead and go. Just interrupt me when you want. So looking at the front elevation, the very top semicircular window will remain the same. On the top of the balcony on the second floor, the left and right windows I want to replace with French doors. You can see them in the lower. So these elevations are existing and proposed. And then the middle one is a center door. I want to replace that with French doors. So in essence, have 3 sets of French doors across the top. Then on the bottom, the left and right, they're not workable French doors. They look exactly like, Pella makes them really nice, exactly like French doors, but they're fixed and they don't open. Then the center will be an iron set of French doors. Then on the left and right wings, right now, they're 9/9 single hung windows. I'm going to replace them with basically 6/6 single hung windows. And so it gives you a good look at what they're not, the divided lights, the architect didn't quite get those right, but the look is that the windows that were replaced by French doors, and then, you know, the other single hung windows will remain the same. All right. If the next one is the rear elevation. So if I start on the bottom here, this is the existing. So the bottom left small window, and then as you move to the center, that second window, I want to remove those. Then if you look right above it, you'll see a set of French doors right there. If you move to the right, you'll see that bank of 4 doors. It's an accordion door now. I want to replace it, if you look above, with basically 2 sets of French doors that open from the center. Then above that is the existing double single hung windows, 2 sets of them. I'm just going to keep them the same size and replace them with brand new Pella single hung windows, and the lights will be 6/6. And if you look at the garage door, that the door will remain the same. It's really not accurate on the picture. It's just a solid door. I'm just going to put a new one, and the garage doors will remain the same where they are today. What you can't see from the other elevation is where I have the double sets of French doors. To the right of them, I'm enclosing an area, and I'll have another set of those double French doors also. You really can't see it from the side elevation though. So if we go to the next elevation, I believe it's the right elevation. Oh, that's the floor plan. Okay, this is the left elevation. If you look at the left elevation at the top, that's the existing. And the 4 windows to the front, I want to close them off. Going across the bottom, you see the newly added window. Then I want to also close the small window off. And then the 2 windows, first and second floor on the garage, replace those existing windows with new single hung Pella windows, 6/6 lights. Then if you look at the the right elevation, you'll see the 4 windows. I want to close those off. And then as you look at the garage, there's the first and second floor windows. Just replace them with single hung 6/6 windows. And you just see the door move from the left side of the windows to the right side of the windows. And basically what we're doing with closing the side elevation windows is by adding the French doors into the rooms upstairs, it gives it plenty of light and access to the balcony, but my wife needed wall space for beds and furniture. I have some pictures that actually show, I took them from the front of the yard so that you could see that those side elevation windows that I want to close, they're almost virtually invisible from my actual photographs that I took. I don't know if we have those in this package.
Because of the landscaping?
Yeah, it just shows it. I went around the house taking actual photos of the elevations that exist today, just so that you could see that the ones on the sides that I want to close up, it's not like it's changing the appearance of the house from the front, because I have big trees and shrubs that really cover all of that. It's those two side elevations that I want to make sure we're good with, as well as the black framed windows and doors.
Are the existing windows black frame or white frame?
White. I don't know, Angelica, if we have the pictures. Yeah, so that's so this is, I threw this picture in there. Go to the other one, Angelica, go up a little bit. Let's look at the rendering first. Go up a little more for the next one. What I wanted to show you is, if you look, now my house is peaked with a gable roof, but if you look at how the black frame door windows and doors, those French doors, and the wrought iron, I'm not even talking about the wrought iron yet, but that's the look I want to go to keep the house its heritage classical look, but give it the new appearance that we're not only proud of, but that the community's proud of, and maintaining that heritage look.
One other question I had too, we're talking about windows and doors here in this application, but it looks like you're changing out or renderings indicate or look like you're changing out the balcony railing. Is that true? And is that going to wrought iron as you were just talking about?
Yes. And again, this is just windows and doors. I still got to come back to you for the wrought iron there. I'm going to upgrade my wooden deck up top with Trex and the color. I got to come back to you for all that. I'm really doing a whole house renovation. So I'll be coming to you for roof color and stucco color and everything, and pavers in the front. I'll just tell you, my wife wants to go, if you look in the neighborhood, all of the brick pavers that these classical houses look like and then have in the front. I have travertine right now. We're gonna overlay, we want to replace that. I'll come back to y'all with the brick pavers. And again, the whole intent is to keep that heritage classical look, but have everything new because you know we're committing to the community, and we want to be proud of what we have in the community, but we really want the community to be proud of what we've done to our house here. And that's why if you look at the other one, go down, it doesn't show the divided lights, but it's similar to my house with the gable and the columns and the black. But if you could just envision the divided lights on those French doors and the wrought iron rails across, that's the look we're going to go with. We're going to repaint everything, and I'll probably go with like the alabaster, a light beige stucco, sort of like you see there with the white columns and off-white. It's really going to be beautiful.
Can we have a conversation?
And so
after?
here's
Okay.
the back view. So if you looked at that far left on the bottom, that small window, and if you panned over to the right, that window on a corner, those are the ones I want to block off because I'm putting a set of French doors in between there on this. Then as you look into the base of the house, that sliding door right in the middle, that'll be replaced with those double French doors that slide open from the middle. They have the accordion ones now, and as I get older, I'm not going to be able to open and close those accordion doors. On the so this is I got an up close look at the side of the house. That's one of the windows we want to blank off, and to the left of it will be where I'm adding a window that's shown on that side elevation. If you go to another picture, then again, this is right at the side. That's some of those side windows I would like to close off. And if you can keep going to the picture where I stood at the front at the corner, here you go. I stood at the corner of my property line, and with all my shrubs and all, you really can't even see those. It's when you look at it up front, you see the front elevation view of the windows we want to keep and replace. And if you look at, if you can go to the other one from the other side elevation, that's the front one. So that's what, so here's looking at the right side. Again, looking at the right side elevation of my house, you can't even see the windows.
All right, discussion.
So, there's a page from the pattern book in this application that shows the patterns for classical architecture. It clearly calls out a 9/9 and 6/9 pattern for classical architecture. That's been our heritage for many, many years, 27 years, 30 years in celebration. I wouldn't alter that on this very large house. I think that's an issue. Removing windows within that front facade zone, I think, is a dangerous thing to do. It will have a different character, and I don't agree that you can't see those windows. I think they're very prominent. You can actually see them in the photographs. They're changing the front door to a pair of French doors is also not consistent with the pattern book that pretty clearly identified in our pattern book. A front door and a side French door should be distinctly different from each other. And that's been pretty consistent for years. I also see lights on the front porch that I don't want to get anything mistakenly approved here that's not really been submitted. There are 4 lights on the porch on the outer edges, and the railing probably needs to be submitted before we approve that. I don't mind, adding the French doors to the front porch. I think that's a nice thing to do to open it up and give it more light in the house. I think that's a great idea. We would make sure they're centered between those columns. They don't look centered in the elevation, so I would make sure that they stay centered like the windows are right now. I think there's some details here that need to be confirmed and checked. I think the overall concept is pretty good to renovate and to make this a much better house with more windows in it, but it's sort of being traded off, removing some windows. Let's see, I think that's the French doors on the front porch, lower front porch, don't look like they're at the same level. They look like they're a foot above the porch. I don't think that's intentional. I think it's meant to be a French door at the floor level.
No, let me, if I can explain, it is intentional. If you walked into my house, you would see that actually the two windows outside are at the same elevation, but inside, when you walk in my front door to the right, is a 4 or 5 inch step up to that was poured, stepped up, and on the left, which is going to be my library. On the left-hand side is the dining room. So from the inside of the house, the elevations are not the same. And that's why we said, in talking to Pella, I could go with the exact same look of the ones above it, but they would just be fixed and they wouldn't actually go to the bottom, because inside the house, they're at different heights. And it would, if I did that, then it wouldn't be the same from the exterior elevation. You can't really tell when you come in the house because you're in separate rooms, but from the outside, so it is deliberate.
The elevation inside your house is different from room to room?
That's correct. From looking at the front, the right-hand side is 6 inches higher than the left-hand side. It actually steps up. And so that's why if you stood inside and in the foyer and actually looked at both, you can see the difference, but nobody notices that. From the exterior, when you stand and look at them both, the elevation is exactly identical. So, and that's the reason why we didn't need them opening functional downstairs, but that's the reason why they go down and stop at that level where they are. They're actually 6 foot 8 inch, which would be like a 6 foot 8 inch window. And the ones above it are actually 8 foot because they go all the way down to the floor. And so from the appearance, it'll look like they're matching French doors above and below. Because with the hedges and stuff, if you look at that front picture of the house and all, it's really not even visible. And unless you point it out, and your keen eye saw it, that it's actually at a different elevation. It doesn't go to the bottom.
So why have French doors there if you have to step a foot off into the porch?
But because it's not a functional French door. It looks exactly like the French doors above it, but it's closed, it's sealed. Because I wanted that look to be uniform above and below across the front. And it doesn't show my architect didn't do me any favors because all the lights look different and all in the pictures. It's I'll be working with him to fix that, because it doesn't give you the proper look the way the divided lights should be. Those French doors that are 8 foot long have about 2 rows of 5 and 5 on each of the double doors. So below it, being about a foot shorter, it's probably going to be, or if it'll be like 4 and 4 to match the similar size. So it'll look the same, very similar.
You mentioned that you wanted to have 6 over 6, but that's not consistent with the pattern book.
So help me with that, because I looked at the pattern book and I thought it was 9 over 9, 6 over 6, or like 6 or 9 over 1. Maybe I was mistaken with that.
But I think you actually supplied the page from the pattern book. Do you see that? And that page, it's C4.
Okay. Yeah, I
The
want to
pattern book. It shows the window patterns in the upper left corner.
But you see,
That's the window patterns they need to be.
but the second one's a 6/6.
You see, no, it's 6/9 if you count them. And that's the second floor. First floor is on the left, second floor is on the next to it.
Okay, so, and again, I'm fine with that. If it needs to be 9/9, because that's what's architecturally correct, I have no issue with that. I just thought it was 6/6. And I must have looked at it wrong. And I'm just trying to, the 6/6 in my mind matched closer with the French doors that were like 2 rows of 5. And that's all I was trying to do. If it's 9/9, that's not an issue.
Right, I think that if we could get that corrected, so we're approving something that's actually correct on the drawing. I
Okay,
think we need to do that. And then where you're removing windows, what we've done traditionally when we don't want a window, but need to have one on the outside, otherwise it's just a big blank wall.
yeah,
We've done a closed shutter with trim in it.
yeah,
So it appears that there's a window or opening there and it has shutters and trim work to appear that it's not just a blank wall. I think if we
Yeah,
did
and
that,
I actually have one of those. If we go back to the left elevation, one of them is like that. So if that's the actual picture of do we have the actual photograph? Because that's the one I want to show. Looking at the left elevation, that's the right. Let's look at the left one. Keep going. Keep
it's okay,
going.
we know what they look like.
Hey,
There it
there
is.
So you're saying I can do that and you'll be okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, and that's fine too. If that's what the requirements are, I'm happy to do that. Because in the inside of my house, that one's actually closed off, and this is just the exterior. I just thought, since I'm also refacing all the stucco and repainting everything, because if you notice the front, I still owe you. I'm not going to have shutters in the front. It's just going to have the window frame molding, which I owe you the exact detail of. And so I was concerned that if you look at this, although it has the header and the sill, it doesn't have the side molding. So my question is, to close those off, if I just do the closed shutters with the header and the sill, that would be sufficient?
Yes, but I think you just mentioned that you're taking all the shutters off the house, or am I misunderstanding that?
No, yeah. Look at the front elevations again. You'll notice, and there's other houses in the neighborhood. I was driving around looking that especially the front elevation. So you see where it doesn't show it again in the existing top. There's shutters everywhere, but on the bottom, I'm going to put, since it's French doors and all, and just those 2 side windows, I'm not going to have the shutters. I'm going to do the wrap, like a picture frame wrap around them. If that makes sense. And there's
Yes, it does make sense, but it doesn't make sense with the architecture that we have here.
well
I
then,
think we need to be careful with just taking things off of the house. It's starting to feel a little
okay.
bare.
Well then let me ask this. Since the windows on the wings are just the single hung windows, if I keep the shutters on them and then just have the ones above it, I mean, the French doors, that would just have the wrap, because obviously I'm not going to put shutters outside of French doors.
Correct. You don't have to do that. They wouldn't even fit.
Right.
Yes. No, I think it's best to keep the shutters on the house.
Okay.
There are a lot of big walls on this house
Yep.
it's going to feel very plain without them. So I think that's an issue that we're just realizing now is what the intent is. I don't think the drawings are helping this presentation because they're not accurate.
Agreed.
I think we need to get them accurate, and I think we need to follow the pattern book as best you can.
Okay. And I'll go back and look. And my bad if 6/6 is wrong. If it's 9/9, that won't be an issue either. So
on the issue on the front door is very concerning because we were very particular about front doors being distinguished from side French doors and other rear doors and other things. I don't think you have to keep the arch in the window, but I think
So-
a center door with side lights would be much stronger, and you wouldn't feel like you're coming up to a patio door as your front door.
Well, scroll to the picture. Let me just show you the picture of the iron door. And it doesn't have the lights all the way down to the bottom. And this is the concept we were looking at there. And so, and that's going to be a heavy iron door. I was hoping that would, without the lights, if I have to go find a door with lights, but then what that's going to do is not give me the double entry door. I'll have to do a single entry with the side lights. And I was hoping to be able to, I like it if I'm moving in big furniture and stuff like that, appliances. It's just nice when I can open both of those doors.
Michael, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think a distinguished front door is what we're calling for. And it could be a double front door. It's just, shouldn't feel like a patio door that it would.
Okay. And I'll
So-
go look around. I was just, again, trying to make that look match those French doors to have a uniform. If the request for me is to go find something more unique, trust me, I can do that. I was trying to match it.
I think that's the intent of our guidelines, is to have the front door be distinguished from the other side doors.
Okay.
So I think you're on the right track. And I think conceptually you're going the right direction. I think we just need a few more accurate drawings before we can, really vote on this.
Yep. No worries. I'll go back to the drawing board on that. What about the black? How are you feeling about the black?
I'm okay with the black. You okay with the black? I mean, that's sort of the trend in classical architecture these days, so.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Michael, for your benefit and for us here, I'm going to make the motion just so that the application stays active and all that, is to table. It's for our purposes here to table your application for 30 days so that you can come back with the details that Mr. Mallon has asked for. I would tell you, my feelings is I'm very positive as to what you're trying to do. Okay, once you come back with those details, it should have no issues.
Okay. I fully understand. And I realized I was, and honestly, I got to give Angelica so much credit. She sits with me and goes through all this. My architect didn't get me what I wanted. She gave me detail. I'm going to give you details in those window schedules of the ratings of these windows and everything. And the same thing with, I owe you the trim around it and everything. But I think now I understand completely what you're looking for with the closed off windows, with the shutters in the front, what we're looking for, that front door. I'll be happy to do that and come back in another month.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
Good discussion.
I really
Just
thank
need
y'all.
someone.
And I hope you didn't feel it was a waste, but like the black windows and the things I needed to know, so I can now go sit with the architect and drive him to finish this.
Sure.
So I'll make a motion that we table 514 Golf Park for 30 days to allow the resident to update window and door architecture as we've discussed this evening.
I'll second that.
If your architect has any questions, feel free to reach out to Angelica and we can have a conference call.
Yep. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Angelica.
Okay, motion is to table for 30 days. Any further discussion? No? Okay, all those in favor for tabling for 30 days for more details, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Number 722 East Lawn Drive. Second floor addition, smells like.
Not yet. I'm pleased. Okay. I consulted and will probably take over.
He will take over for now.
Okay, go ahead.
So we are from Rajoma, we are the contractors in charge. We live in the neighborhood also, so we are used to this procedure. So the customer, Mr. Donald Young, he just got the house and he looking for an addition to have more space inside the house, more square. So the lot does not fit an addition to the sides, and it would be a problem to the previous area probably. So we were considering second floor to have the space that they are looking for. So what we're looking for is just to get the roof exactly like it is, to not change the concept of the roof and the house, just moving up to have the second floor addition. This is not a Scottish sketch, so just let you know. We provided the sketch just to have some concept to show you, because what we're looking for today is to hear from you. How do you feel about that? What are your advices? What we should change or not to move forward? But this is the concept. We just want to hear back from you.
Sure. Conceptually, it's a great idea. Build away, improve the neighborhood, improve the property. It's fantastic. It's a great solution to go up. It's a big deal. They won't be able to live in that house.
No, yeah.
So it's a big deal. And we want to get the details right. I've noticed there's some roof pitches that are a little off, and there's some column alignments that are missing.
Yeah.
So there's some details I think that need to get resolved. Other than that, I think conceptually the idea is there, and you can certainly go up 2 stories. The one thing I would be careful of is the side setback on a 2-story structure is a little different than a 1-story structure, so we have to maintain that.
1.5, 1.5.
Yeah, so as long as we're not like asking for, because it encroaches the neighbor's property, and we want to be careful if it gets too crowded on the street. So we have to be careful with that. Maybe there's a way to solve it without encroaching if the proposal is to encroach, but that's really the only things I've noticed here is there's some shifting of columns, there's some roof pitches that are a little off from each other. And if you got Scott involved, he's gonna
Yes,
fix all
well,
that.
he's gonna fix it.
Yeah, because
Our son did.
our son did it.
this
He's a,
Yeah, civil engineer.
professional civil engineer.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and since Scott is overwhelmed and we want to take to this meeting, yeah. We asked him to do this.
We asked him to have at least the concept and to present the idea of the project. We run the numbers for the customer. Financially, it's gonna make a lot of sense for them.
To be specific with the second floor and dormers, I would be consistent with the first floor
Exactly.
as you go up.
Exactly like it is today.
Let the
Because-
pitches be consistent around that.
Okay.
Now, as for this being on the street, there are currently 2-story houses that are farther down at the intersection of Pondview Court. But the rest of them, all the way down, are all just 1 story. It shouldn't, it's not gonna throw off the appearances, I don't believe, so I have no issues with this. Conceptually, I think it's
It's kind of close to our first tear down.
Yeah,
I was really that big of a.
Might need to.
How much is it? Percentage wise, is adding to the original structure?
Almost 8%.
Eight.
8, yeah, almost the.
Almost.
Not ambitious at all.
Yeah, that was one thing that I was thinking, because I did consult a little bit and say that like the roof line of the lower slope porch and take the 3 dormers up and do the 1.5 side wings. And then if we need to take the connection between on like the bottom image back to the garage as a 1.5 as well, double checking what the setbacks are. Is definitely things that we can look at and take into account. And keeping it's a postal home, so keeping those details.
Yeah, got it. Well, you know what to do.
And then hopefully the structural engineer doesn't have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this by myself.
1-story footers are different than 2-story
Yeah, of
footers.
course, yeah. We have to have
Yeah, it can get short up, but
some extra.
Is it a wood frame?
It's concrete block, so that is.
It is concrete block.
maybe the second floor becomes wood.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But that goes in our favor, so it was
Good. Good job.
That's good. Okay,
Tell
so
your son he's done a great job.
Thank you.
I'll make the motion that
We
we,
have a good teacher.
I'll make the motion that we, approve in concept 722 East Lawn Drive, second floor addition, and we're waiting, updated.
so we move along. Okay,
Second that motion.
have a second. Any further discussion? If none, all those in favor for conceptual approval, say aye.
Aye.
Conceptual approval is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Over from my side.
So now I have another picture.
It's gotta go up. Okay.
This one's just an existing structure that's getting a little closed in.
And bigger, slightly bigger.
Oh.
So I'll stay, I believe the homeowner's online, and then, so,
Okay,
yeah, but yeah,
number,
so.
number 8 is 421 Arbor Circle, reconfiguring carport.
Yeah, so the existing carport is pretty much just a post and beam like pergola that has a weird little flat roof on it and and it's not quite deep enough. It's only like 16 feet deep or something like that. And because that they did like a little lean-to the fence to try and like give it like to cover the hood of the car. So, and it's a flat roof. So our proposal is to keep pretty much most of the posts intact, but bring a new line of posts further over, and we're not blocking any garage doors, so going over the driveway, the impervious doesn't change. To make it deeper, put a new sloped roof on it, but still similar kind of eave detail, or like overhangs and rafter ends that the existing one has. And then enclosing one end to give like a little storage room, but still maintaining that 2 cars could park in the other section. And then wrapping it in siding so it, matches the house.
So the question that I don't that now it's, be it pergola, it's an open structure and all that. But when you are gonna enclose it or enlarge it or do what you just said, is this gonna become you're gonna have to build for the wind rating for it to, catches wind. We don't want ripping it.
Oh, okay, yes.
I think it'd be even safer because they don't have all those walls
Right.
that hold it down and act against the shear.
That's my only concern is the fact that depending upon whatever the prevalent storm winds are, it could turn into a sail.
Yeah, and with code, everything will be locked down with connectors and everything. And if anything, the front of it will be stronger because it will do new connections. Like the existing posts are pretty much just like concrete in the ground, which we're gonna keep them, but the walls in between will then be tied to them and tied down to the concrete.
So you are doing perimeter walls, the foundation. Like it looks like the wall comes right down.
In places, yeah. So like on the end, like this bottom right one, my idea was to have it stop about 4 inches up so that any water that gets in can be let out. But the back and other sides will go all the way down.
Okay.
And none of these improvements are visible.
It's all off the alley, yeah. You don't see anything from the street.
5 feet off the alley?
Correct, yeah. So the front edge where the window is the same side, which is 5.3 or something. And then the right side is at the 5 foot.
Great. I think it's an improvement from what's there.
We toyed with matching like the other garage with like the mansard roof, and we're like, it's becoming too big of a thing, and if we kind of don't match it exactly, it's always gonna look off.
Yeah, because it's always felt a little bulky back there anyways, so.
Yeah.
This is a better solution.
Yeah, trying to make it still feel kind of like light and deep.
Much as mansard do. Yeah, no, I'm fine with my one. You got all the details shown.
I don't have any other questions. Go ahead.
One of the most unique homes in Celebration.
Yeah, it really is.
Maybe you have any questions? Okay.
I'll make the motion to approve 421 Arbor Circle reconfiguring the carport.
Is it conceptual, final, in progress, or we want to?
Final one, John Brady has to be concerned, so.
There's lots of good details here.
Okay.
Then worry about structural approvals.
Okay, so your motion is to approve it in the final,
Yes.
and we have a second. Okay, any further discussion? None? All those in favor of the final approval, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much.
The next three are mine, and I don't know if I have a calendar online for them. So I'm happy to let these folks go if it's not too much work to like scroll through, scroll back. So they're just not waiting on me.
Okay, your address is
1013.
1013, okay. I can skip it.
Not a ball with my answer.
That's fascinating.
And they could go longer stuff.
Ten 13 Wild Elm Street, there's two applications, it's fence and pool.
Take a second or two, just tell us 30 seconds, what you're trying to do every day.
So as far as the fence, we have an existing fence. Proposing to take the fence, it's currently a C-shaped fence. Proposing to have it basically become two fences that would join the neighbor's property. It would be a separate post on their side, as well as ours, basically making like a, for lack of a better term, a 90-degree cutoff there. Isolate the backyard and have more usable space. Our neighbors are agreeable to this.
They submitted a letter as well.
Capture back that 3 feet of no man's land between their house and the fence, which is their property, but it's a use easement, so they can come and maintain their house and you get the open space to experience. I think it's a smart move. Yeah, I have no issues with this. I think I recommend we approve it.
Any questions from anyone?
I do not have any.
No. So how does that work? You've done, I saw and read the letter. Does that then become part of the permanent record? If there's an agreement?
Yeah, well,
And
And I think the thought of putting two codes is if somebody bought the house and they didn't want it, then we could just go straight across. They could put the fence right back and then it'd be done.
Mhm. And with the improvements that you're gonna do, the pool and everything, still be able to do that, it would
Right.
just be.
Right. I just wouldn't have as much, yeah.
it actually works like a garden or most cottages, they're 0 and 10.
Mhm.
The house is always a foot or distance away from the property line.
Mhm.
So there's literally at least a foot or 6 inches on almost all of those houses that belongs to the neighbor. So we often just put the post right up close to it and that's sort of straddling the lot line. In this case, it straddles it by 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah.
And because the neighbors agreed, then it goes into a perpetuity on the lot. Now, it probably will get flagged on a resale survey thing, but nobody would object because particularly in your house, you get to have that extra visual space. And it actually makes it easier for the neighbor to maintain his house. It's hard to get into.
He has it on the other side of the same situation.
He's got it on same.
Yeah, so his house goes to the other, so it just goes straight
Yeah,
down.
so everyone's doing the same thing on the street.
Fence in there, the way it is, looks.
Yeah, it's not a very good situation. That's why originally we went to 0 and 10. The codes forced us to go to 7 and 3. The building code requirement to have separation between the lot line and.
Have you already pulled permits on that?
Not yet.
I'm not sure you need a permit for the fence.
Well, I think they are fully,
Are they?
fence directors.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay, cool.
We're in a revision of one of the guidelines. I brought it up, but it's the issue of the fact that when you have that near zero lot line and somebody wants to put something up there. Now, in the discussion is that if somebody, we get to the fact that there is agreement between the current owners, that agreement needs to be noted perpetuity, and it needs to be then taken to the county, so the county then has, you know, that in takes place. That this doesn't apply, but I just wanted to say that was the discussion that had come up.
Oh, good. Good. So there's some, maybe some resolution and
Yeah, with some of these that were, they had agreement, house was sold, new owner didn't like it, ripped it out because that's my property. The intent is to try to work through that. Okay. All right. Anybody have any other questions? Okay, that's the fence. Okay, so motion to approve the fence in count.
Motion to approve the fence as proposed.
Okay, second. And we have a second. Any further discussion? No, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, now we go to E.
So yeah, it's a pool with a little 6x6 spa, like a hot tub, if you will. Hallmark Pools is the company doing it, needs to do it.
So the hot tub will be a walk out onto the pool or walk into the hot tub, or is it?
It's like attached, you know, it's not separate, like, you know.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's attached right on.
Perfect. Thank you.
you're far enough away from the neighbor's house with the pool edge, so there's no structural considerations there. Looks like it's 5'6", is that right? Yeah, from the property line. Good. I don't see any issues.
This is fine.
Needs all the space.
Coming from New Hampshire, there's not much here. We came from 5 acres of land. Coming to a place that's here.
And it may be noted, I just don't see it, the pool equipment, the pumps and everything.
It's going, so the air conditioners, it's going right next to the air conditioners
Towards the back, yeah.
toward the back. So it lines up. It's not out on the road or anything. Nobody can see it. It's in that fence
Behind the
line.
fence.
Any other questions?
Motion.
I make a motion to approve as presented.
A second.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Application for pools been approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. You're welcome.
Yeah. Let's go back to number 9, which is 1508 Hubbard.
So this is one that was approved previously. Pretty much the change is that the porch used to be recessed in the garage footprint, and now the garage got bigger and the porch got pushed out. That's the only change.
And then we approve. Any issues with that?
And would be a metal roof to match the front.
You know, the setback, produce area. Architecture looks modern, consistent. These are structural drawings too, so.
We just
Questions?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
And Make the motion to approve 1508 Hubbard Garage additional
Second?
discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carries. That's good.
Other end.
Yeah. Okay, so number 10 is it is 864 Spring Park Loop, 3 different applications, additional garage bay, garage apartment, and kitchen relocation. Sufficient.
Pretty good sized project as well.
So in all fairness, we are almost maxing out our impervious on this. And I can't remember what, and I already know like a couple items that I'm gonna have to resubmit for, like that kitchen window is showing divided lights and it's too big, so we'll be resubmitting for those items regardless. I can't remember on this site plan or the site plan, we as a item to help mitigate the impervious. At one point, we were tying between, do we just add driveway strips to the driveway, like grass strips, or do we do like a lattice paver? And I forget what we ended up proposing on here. But they ended up giving us the same net, so I guess it was a question that would like doing a lattice paver with the grass between be acceptable? If not, we'll just definitely do the just the little grass strips in between.
I think the grass strips die and you end up putting it
We do.
around the sun. There's also these 2 pads that are access pads, it looks like. One's a stair and one's off the garage in the back. Those could be stepping stones with gravel. If you go to the site plan,
Well, yeah, those are, yeah, so those are like little concrete stoops. Like the one on the side, in the future, the father-in-law might move in, and so they're like, we might add a ramp in the future.
which could be a
It could be a-
Correct.
Yes, which would be the idea, to not like hurt them any further. But I was like, we'd need to do like a concrete level with the house thing for now. But that could be, but to be fair, that stoop on the side could be, because it's up, 18 inches, could be Rex,
Yeah.
like a wooden deck now.
And the one in the back could be,
That one's only like a foot up or something like that, so I would just do like a concrete, like, but yeah, stepping stone kind of thing. But I say, we have a little bit of playing room, but I think something with the driveway has to be done regardless.
okay.
In order to get us to that little bit of wiggle room. Because of the, the tight wall size.
So strips would work, from. a
Correct, so in a calculation perspective, that it gave me the exact same net, whether I did little strips or the whole thing being, because the lattice pavers are like 2/3 count for you or something like that. You know, I'm talking about the little, ones.
Little hex.
Correct.
Which things with
Correct.
holes, big holes in.
Yeah. So if they're, I mean, if you're okay with both, then I'll just confirm when we resubmit which one we're going with, but just wanted to ask if there was anything.
Trick with this, with the grass strips is to get water to it.
Yeah,
And you don't want to put a sprinkler in it because it'll get run over.
Right.
So you have to spray and overspray.
yeah.
Top of
But,
it, yeah.
When's the last time you saw anybody put in permeable cement?
Permeable cement. It works for a while. And then it doesn't work because it fills up. But you can do that too. There's a permeable cement that gives a certain percentage of pervious area, and that is mostly gravel.
Right.
And it's bound, it has the binder as a synthetic
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never spec'd before.
We use it at Dallas Beach and Rosemary. We use it in Rosemary Beach and you get like 30% in Florida. University did a study on it. The key to it is you have to pressure wash it a lot to keep it from filling up with sand.
Mhm.
But they have new polymers that maintain perviousness and is easy to clean out.
Okay.
There's also cobbles. There's tumbled cobbles, which you can get. I mean, if you did the whole driveway in cobble,
Yeah.
you could get a certain percentage lower. For the
Okay.
whole thing, which is less, but it's the whole driveway. It
Yeah,
actually looks beautiful because it looks like Belgian cobble. And
Okay.
you can do it in patterns or you can do it random. The nice thing about the random is that there is no pattern at all. You never see a pattern, which is great because nobody can lay a perfect pattern anyways.
Right, so, yeah.
And if something goes wrong, you pick one up and just restore it back up and put it back
So kind of
down.
like a smaller form stepping stone type. thing.
That's a cobble.
And it's
like
like, yeah, it's on like
Belgian
a,
cobble. It's big.
a gravel mat underneath.
Yeah, it's gravel mat and it's pervious.
Okay.
You can make it pretty pervious.
Okay.
The funny thing is, we have clays and sand in the area. And some houses are on sand, some houses are on clay, so we say pervious, but you never really know what's under the soil condition because it could be hard pan. But we stick to our calculations and make it work.
Gotcha.
All three of those would be acceptable. I think you just have to.
And figure out what budget we want to do, but, okay, cool.
Going back to just a minute, I think I've solved the problem with the grass strips. I've got the nicest grass strips in town. In fact, it's the nicest grass in my yard. So we always had a sprinkler head in the middle. And like you said, you hit it or it doesn't get good coverage. Finally, we put a sprinkler head in this end. It shoots this way.
The garage.
Sprinkler head that hits this way. So you get really good even coverage and the concrete's right here, so it protects the head. And we haven't had any problems. It's the best grass we have.
Read an article in the paper about that.
Okay.
Yeah, because eventually what ends up happening is how many of these strips that we see that eventually get filled in with paper.
Yeah. Filling them in.
Is gravel allowed out in the alley to instead of a grass strip?
We haven't
approved it yet.
If it's pea gravel that has a nice color to it, I think we're starting to talk about that for areas where it doesn't get enough sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
And it just ends up being mud anyways, so we're talking about having, and Golden Oak, like whole, there's mulch everywhere. And it's beautiful actually, because it's an earth tone pea gravel, and it's rounded, so it doesn't look jagged and ugly. And it's easy to weed, and it's easy to keep clean. Blower, you can blower to it, and it blows all the things out of it. I think it's a great solution for us in these areas where we are not getting enough sunlight, we're gonna end up under. I think that also pervious.
Okay, another possibility. Alright, well, then driveway aside, pretty like, then, taking the garage, adding a third bay, going full up with a garage apartment, and then doing a little shed roof between it and the existing, house to cover what will be the new kitchen area in between.
Cool.
If you could scroll down, Angelica, there should be a little 3D, view. Yeah, you can see in that middle one, bottom there with that little shed roof coming in.
It's not this lot.
Yep.
I mean, the first floor plan is great, huge kitchen living space now.
Yeah.
Extra bedroom and office.
Mhm.
Gain a lot of that.
Scott, so the lower part of the drawing, on the left-hand side, the roof line that sticks up from that middle, is that just, does that look unusual just because of the drawing? This?
That is just I think probably just the angle.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too.
But I just want to make sure it doesn't look
Yeah.
like we're hitting a hole.
No, yeah, so this ridge here is the same ridge as this one here.
It looks steep because it's going up the roof.
Yeah,
Front roof.
yeah, if you go to the side elevation, which should be like top right of that page, I think. You can see it hits under the eave
Gotcha.
there.
That makes sense. Okay, thank
It's
you.
no steeper than the other side of the beach.
Oh, yep,
Yeah, and it's the existing roof, I was gonna say.
perfect. These look kind of weird.
It's the angle.
Which way is north or south?
North, the alley's on the north side.
Okay, so this is, that door coming out the side is facing west.
Yes.
I want to put it on that door. I've got an east facing door
Mhm.
and I need to replace it. It's killed.
Just so you know that that's something that
Oops, I think you're working on. I also saw something in there that carports are not gonna be allowed. We just approved.
Why aren't carports?
that's what it said
We'll
before.
fix it.
Oh, it's one of my notes.
The gutter too is.
Oh, yeah, gutters,
nails the door.
yeah. I think we didn't quite get there. Gutters, and then maybe a warning in the side.
I think that issue of carport is written that way because it becomes a storage area for toys and things.
We have a few of them in town.
Yeah, I know.
I think they're nice, particularly if you have a front loaded garage in the back. Really nice.
I didn't write.
The appropriate places.
Yeah, done right, not one of those old, just like,
That's fine.
Those are practical things to have. As we evolve, we should allow it, but there's the amount of times that it comes up.
very,
Yeah, we had some, remember, we did have one that came up last year when it was off the celebration.
It was intended to be a front loaded condition. Changing.
No, I don't remember, but what they wanted it for was it was to store boat and something else.
Yeah. Right at that was coming in.
Did we deny it?
Yeah, we did. I mean, there was documentation that
Yeah,
was
these-
not supported. Right, that part of it.
What would you? It's worth
I
it.
don't have any issues.
Okay.
Anybody got any motion?
So we're just working on the whole thing or just on the garage bay?
Well, we have to,
It's the whole architecture.
it's the whole thing, but we've got to vote on each one of these things. You said that the kitchen relocation, you got to redo the window.
So I wouldn't table it, I'd just say that window needs to meet our standards as a stipulation, right?
That's fine.
One item.
I'll make the motion
Purchase surface area too.
that we,
Make sure you meet the purposes.
so I'll go ahead and make the motion of 864 that we approve the intent for the window. Scott's come back with a window and then also the, how we're edging on the impervious calculation. So.
Is that just?
Sweet, when we decide on.
Relocation? What you just stated?
And I didn't mean to give you, I meant to give you other option.
Or that's for the all three.
The whole thing. So it's item C. The caveat is the window. Scott's gonna come back with a design for that. And then we just need the resident architect to be cautious that they're calculation.
And the motion is approval condition, not approval concept.
Are there details? There are details here, aren't there? Structural drawings.
The structural drawings.
Yeah, approve the condition.
That the window comes back and the impervious is.
Which is very interesting. Yep. Impervious calculation verification. So design.
Thank you.
We have a motion for approval of stipulations on the impervious for the additional garage bay area to the driveway. Apartment's fine, and then just have a stipulation provide information on the window. Need a second.
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Any further discussion? No, sir. No, sir. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. E and C stipulations. Last one. 885 Spring Park Loop. Tradition.
This house just sale, so.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, the roof in the back here is, ugh.
You see, that has just recently been painted too.
I mean, no shit, it's like in the back and, but I don't get why they did it the way.
Shutters became. Pretty wood.
So the existing gate is existing.
Correct, and it's the only gable on the house.
You know, it's really bad. I think that was.
But I think it make it nice little pewter doing it, incorporating it this way.
So the light part is the addition, right? It's just a little
Yeah.
hip roof which matches all the other roofs
Correct.
and it fits. I mean, it's perfectly fine. I wouldn't not improve it. Just a little garage apartment, right?
Yeah, so there's a garage apartment there now. We're expanding the garage apartment, make it bigger, added a lift because it's for the parents. So it'd be like an
internal or?
internal, yeah. So the downstairs, it's like a storage room at the back of the garage that the lift will be.
They were okay on the lot line?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just the rear, it's still like 10, 12 feet.
10, 12, okay.
Yeah. You can see like there's like the black line is the property line, the dash line is the 5 feet, so we're not.
Gotcha, okay, perfect. Thank you.
And the impervious, they've got plenty of grass back there, so we're not close to that.
I have no other questions.
No questions either.
I need a motion.
Make the motion that we approve 885 Spring Park Loop for the rear addition. That should be final.
Second.
Final?
Wonderful.
You need details in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries for approval and final. Application. Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys.
As usual. Hey, you have a card?
The card?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course. Box of a thousand.
Not mom. Not mom.
Now I'm motivated to add an addition to my house and go vertical.
Outside.
You may need a card.
We're out of, yeah.
Actually, I've actually been hired to do some work on a golden oak.
Your swaps, right? So like the first step, cool, that we're like, you wanna put in my,
That,
Don't work.
100%.
but I also don't have the money to put a second master bedroom for
That's the only
couples.
classic photo.
But it'd be nice.
Consider that part.
Literally, my sister was just sitting there one night, like, what if she went up? I don't know if I'm ready for the price tag of them.
The issue is that this is the view that you're requesting.
Yeah.
If you sit there and put in a change of zone match or something.
That's what I told them. And they're like, no, it's not.
You're going outside. Whatever the.
And so I'm just gonna take the trim of the door and just like so match like we got like 10-inch trim around the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just like, did you? It should just happen.
Story, they're like, oh yeah.
No, I'm laughing because I pulled out my phone.
We want,
Jeffrey something. And on Google Maps, they capture landscapers who on your front lawn.
I don't even know.
I just wanna make sure that the 24 is out.
Yeah, I don't think, I've not seen, no, I haven't seen in my tenure.
I can send you
Move.
I got all the
Yeah.
yeah.
The form.
The yes. If I have any questions, I'll ask you because I'm like.
Yeah.
I was trying to scour for the one I did last time. I had no idea.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. We were hoping you did, so good.
Yeah. and-
Okay, next item is discussion items. I have no discussion items other than that we're making changes as recommended from covenants and the last joint meeting and other things that have to be updated. Awaiting comments from both of the consultants. And that's for the design guidelines.
I'm doing mine, I'm doing them in chunks,
I understand.
so you get them in chunks.
Um,
You get interrupted so often.
let's see. The other discussion item, which she brought up already, is that if you wish to continue this punishment tour, is that, please fill out your application and, submit it. I know 2 have been submitted already.
I'll send the applications.
Okay, I was gonna say, make a motion, can we fill out applications?
Better do it. Here's the problem. And it's not a problem. The issue thing is the applications, it's not that chair or anybody else. It's the fact that they collect them. And all that they do is they present them to the board and then the board makes the review. Now, if you've already been on the committee and we need the continuity as to what we're trying to do, there's a leg up. But if there's anyone, okay, there's 4 in here, committee's supposed to be 5. You have somebody in their heart of hearts wants to do this, please ask. So that.
Yeah, you gotta ask 20 people to get one. But are we advertising it?
Yes,
Oh, good.
I think so.
It was in a mind matter.
Yes.
Was it? Okay, good.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Website.
Danica,
Right.
Danica confirmed.
I think it's important to tell people that it's not as grueling as most people think it is, right? I mean, the time that you spend online is grueling, you get it. Right? That's probably worse than the meeting, right? Because we can talk things out in an open forum and come to a conclusion agreement.
There are worse communities to be on.
Like what?
Covenants?
I plead the fifth.
I wouldn't want to be on covenants.
I didn't cover this.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
New applicants, need to continue to push for that.
You guys have been doing this for a long time. How many years? How many years have you been doing this?
I've now been doing it for 2.
2? I thought more than that.
No, November. I came on May of 24. No, I used to be in covenant.
You were in covenants. Okay.
And then what happened was, remember, Corey, who consisted of that was Corey,
Yeah, that's right.
and then you had Giselle.
So where's she? She was on, she's bound to covenants now?
She's on covenants now.
Okay, good.
I haven't seen her. Where's she been?
She's missed the last couple of meetings.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There had been discussion for this committee at board level to expand it to 7. There's been just
Lower it a little bit or
to expand a little bit
have more depth?
and have more depth. There's also been discussion of, it would be a new concept, but having a subcommittee trying to have volunteer or to convince the garden club or whoever it is to work a lot of the landscape.
Separate landscape. A little bit.
They'll report into us, you know, but for them to work those things. That's just discussion.
I think it's fair to divide and conquer. I mean, so much work, so much time. And you would lighten the load, wouldn't it? I mean, if you had some things, and how about some of the things that we talked about being automatically approved by staff? Like,
There were, we still have those. What had happened though is the fact that in review, and then also the fact that some things with these latest drafts, it withdrew those out of there because there's some technical things that are in there that require now that they have to be reviewed by the community. It's
Not surprising, we make it more technical.
I mean, it could be, I forget, things that were streamlined and easy to go. Next thing, I didn't need to make it more difficult. They're asking for more information and there's discussion of roles and missions of between management and us. The other discussion point is the fact that they're guideline related, but they're data issues that have to do with the Spring Park. David Weekley did not provide management all of the basic, some of the lot material, materials that had.
Be an artisan park.
No, I'm talking about
Spring Lake.
Spring Lake.
Spring Lake.
I get it screwed up. Spring Lake and the same thing for Magny Homes.
Yeah. Don't have the same data points.
Yes, and we get into one of our greatest problems with that is the tables that are established in guidelines right now. I will tell you that basically those are gonna be, they're temporary until we can come up with some, it's got to include those two new village areas. But with those is colors. What were the colors that were supposed to go with the architectures? And all of that stuff is missing. So we're operating in a blind. We are. And so with that, those things are above, and I'm just gonna say, they're above my pay grade. And I'm gonna ask the board, and there's no mechanism right now. And I'm kind of demanding that as a committee, I'm gonna submit a budget. Budget's gonna be, yours, be it you and Albert are gonna be considered as part of that, man years that go with that. But we need outside, administrative detail, that's gonna do these things and be able to create that. Right now, we don't have it. And because of that, flying blind in those two villages.
Well, it could be too that there's an understood process put in place to deal with it.
Yeah.
That doesn't complicate it, but actually simplifies it. So if a new person wants to paint their house a new color in Artisan Park,
right,
they have to follow the guidelines that we've got. They want to repaint it the same color they got, fine. That's what we say now. With other houses.
Well, the other thing that has happened is the current guidelines for painting, be it, that's how it's come out. Everything's two-tone. Two colors. Okay, it's trim, main body. Now, my point is that if I owned a Victorian, probably wanted to have, if I was eccentric, I'd probably want to have a painted lady out there.
Which we've approved in the past.
I know, but what has happened is that's been a one-time, but there's no.
Something like that, you shouldn't prepare a guideline for.
No, I'm not.
So
it's not that, but see, to add more colors is what I'm trying to say is we don't have, it's just right now, it's rote. It's just set that way. And we don't talk about, there is other things that you could do other than it would become as a variance. It's another way of doing it. And
I think it's an attitude that we present to the homeowners. It's not so much a technical description. It's an attitude that we're presenting to the homeowners. We've always said to people, if you want to present a new color, you're welcome to do that. Just show us a historic precedent and we'll review it and consider it. We've never said, oh, no, it's not in the book. You can't do it. That's the way we.
That's what philosophically, that's what we should.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. It's just.
That's an easy way to handle all the possibilities that are out there rather than trying to handle it technically.
Yeah, the intent though, please understand this, and everybody here has heard me say this before. The intent is to open the aperture.
Yeah,
Okay,
let people do what
let
they want.
people do what people like to do.
We're in business. What I mean by that is that this country is like wealthy. People live here are even more wealthy than most. So people should be able to do what they want to do to their own home within reason. Like that guy today is gonna spend $200,000, $300,000 doing that to his house.
Which one, windows and
The
doors?
windows and door guy.
I'm just thinking about what's on
guidance.
each lawn that's gonna put us in.
Occasionally you want to have, them, just, I don't care. I want to do the right thing. I don't care what it costs.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody have anything else? I just want to keep it.
I just was kind of wondering, it's been a couple months since we talked about it.
Uh-huh.
Keep walking around or riding my bike past the house on Long Meadow. And I actually went up on the porch and pulled the
Side porch is caving in.
yeah, it's caving in. I'm going, so is there anything happening that anybody knows about with that?
All I can tell you is that I've been told to, me personally, I've been told to waive off. Okay, it's out of the committee's view.
It's out of our hands because it's all illegal.
It's illegal.
That's true. There's about 3 houses that are illegal. Angelica kind of knows a little bit about it.
Yeah, what's going on there? I know for sure the house on Long Meadow is.
I was gonna say, I'm.
Long Meadow is, yes.
Which one on Spring Park Loop are you talking?
I don't think they live there anymore, but it's a disheveled mess.
It's abandoned.
Yeah, I wanna buy it in foreclosure personally, and I wanna.
Which one is it though? I ride my bike by there every day too.
How do I explain this? So if you come from the main, main entrance, what is that, Waterside? You turn right onto the Spring Park Loop, you go down to the first stop sign, go through that intersection, and it's on the left, it's like the second or third home on the left.
Just past the brick wall, the brick pillar. Right? No?
No,
Oh, okay.
before the Montessori,
Oh,
Before.
got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready to purchase it and renovate it. Cause I know I have a whole bunch of friends that want to do this celebration.
She's ready. She doesn't have the money, but she's ready.
She's got some.
Figure it out.
Okay, anybody else have any other discussion points? No, sir. All right, thank you all. Again, thank you very much for what you do every week, month, and then attending these meetings. And the idea is to improve our community. But do things.
I have 1% battery.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to
I
adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn or second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're adjourned.
What would happen if we just walked out the door and we got adjourned? Would anyone else come in there?
No, you just write down the.